Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are watching God, Sex, and Love. Tonight, we are going to continue the Christians and politics conversation because I know you all are familiar with everything that's going on. So let's see where our panel is and how we're feeling about everything. And if you're ready for this conversation, then stay tuned.
I am mother, sister, daughter. I am woman. I am queen. I am down to earth and witty. I am boss of a few things. I am homegirl. I am friend. Through the thin and the thick. I am worthy of celebration. I am a chocolate chick.
Welcome back to God, Sex, and Love, friends. I have the dream team. We're back for the Christians and politics conversation. So please join me and say hello to Miss Denise Gilbert. Hey, Miss Denise.
Hello. Thank you for having me again.
No problem. Thank you for the shirt. Look, it's in order, you know.
Yes, you looking great.
A model for you, a little promo modeling.
Yes.
Shout out as well too. Look, I ain't even gonna do it either. How about this time? Put you in the middle. Shout out to Neil Newman. Hey, how you doing?
Thou well. Yes, he is.
Awesome. Great to see you as always. And last but not least, let's give it up for Mr. Rayshawn. Oh, don't worry, I said his name wrong. Sorry, Rashawn.
Rashawn, yes. I'm here. Yeah, praise the Lord.
I'm going here, man. See, I think C said his name all in the middle of that mess thing.
Okay. I got like 10 names. I'm like God almost. I got so many names. It's okay. I'm not equal to God. Don't get me. I didn't say I'm God.
I know.
Listen, you have to correct that, Rashawn, real quick.
Yeah, because people around with it.
You know that guy was on God, Sex, and Love, said he was God, like.
Oh man.
Friends. All right, y'all know why we here. So as of right now. Because I think it's pretty self-explanatory that, God, Sex, and Love, we tend to pre-record. So as of right now, the election is still going on, right? Like, no results has been, depending on what news source you listen to, we don't know. So as of right now, we don't know who the president is, anything like that. How y'all feeling, Christians? Like, let's get it go. Like, first thoughts. How y'all feeling with like how the election went? Like, how election day came and went, and how y'all feel about that? Like, what was your first thoughts on election day?
Honestly, my first thought was, when is this going to be over? I'm so ready for it to be over. I mean, I am so ready.
I share that sentiment.
I understand. What about you, Mr. Rashawn?
I had some anxiety, right? Because I knew there was some prophecy out there, and I knew like the representation of the church was kind of on the line, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the word, everybody's looking,
Mm-hmm.
We had some voices out there saying that this person is going to win, and so I'm like, so I don't really care who's president, right? I'm just really like the church. Like, I'm like, man, like we about to get a couple of blows for this one, y'all. Like. we they like to throw the church under the bus already, so like
that's
right.
They about to be calling some prophets, false prophets in a minute.
False, right? Yeah.
Right. I mean, and I ain't gonna lie, that crossed my mind as well. It crossed my mind as well, and like, for me, I don't know if I necessarily like when there was no results or when the other results, or however you want to look at it. Because again, I guess that could be the next question. What's your news sources or whatever? But I did think about that as well, Rashawn, and I just was like, the way I'm seeing it right now is I'm just like either. I mean, well, obviously y'all know that. Okay, if that said person don't win this go round, right, then they could technically, run again, and then that could be technically the second term everybody's talking about, technically. Or there's this like real good setup happening right now. Like that's how I feel. I'm like, it got to be like some like real good setup. But the other thing too was that people was waiting for the negative response as well. Like people was ready for riots and stuff. Like, y'all heard all that? So it was like either, you know what I'm saying? So either way, it's kind of bad. Like when you think about it, like, America burning down, or or the prophecy not being fulfilled. So. What y'all got? What y'all got?
I'm gonna hand that over to Rashawn first.
Well, I could say I voted for Trump, right? And so I definitely, of course, I wanted Trump to win, and I have reasons. I mentioned that to some, people of color, and they sometimes look at me crazy. But I have my reasons and stuff, and so that's another. Me being competitive. I'm like, man, he gotta win because I voted for him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely had that thought, like, man, it's gonna get crazy. But right now, I'm just chilling right now. I'm kind of like you guys now. I'm ready for it to be over so we can go ahead and. I guess stop talking about it so much, or stop being so worried about it, I guess.
Anybody else they want to say what?
Yeah, I didn't, I think like during the election and everything that was going on, I think at some point I was like, I don't want to say I had anxiety. I was more like, Lord, if you're saying that Trump is supposed to be president, like, this is your time to like let the world know again, probably for the bazillionth time, who you are. And it was kind of like listening to all like the prophecy that was going out and stuff. It was like I voted for Trump because I don't care. I don't like any of them, to be honest with you. I think both of them are racist. I think if anything, I just didn't like Biden, especially like that crime bill, and knowing people that know people that have been locked up in that era unfairly, and we just forget about those families and think, oh yeah. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But I think it was more like, Lord, just show yourself. And then, because I remember I was talking to my brother about it. He was like, he just felt like that's who God was saying. But at the same time, like, the people can speak. And God, he has, given people what they ask for. So it's like, it's where we at right now.
Go, Miss Denise. I don't want to take it out.
Listen, so as they were saying, it was just so much on the line. Like you said, you had prophets who were saying this way, you had prophets who were saying that way. The mass majority was saying that Trump is going to win. So it was just easy to see. It's so anxious. Just like government just means so much to them, and it's still a lot of church going against as far as taking sides and things of that nature. I think we lost focus on what's important, which is Jesus 2020. Our focus was, off God and into the government
And that's what was hurtful, as like Rashawn was saying, is that we lost focus. And us as a church, we're even looking at the government versus what should be most important, which is keeping our sight and our heart and our minds on God. So it's I'm still ready for it to be over with. I can't wait for as Mr. Neal said, for God to show his hand. But it's a lot on the line. But if God said it, then thus said the Lord, then it will happen. So
right. Not only just with the prophecies, because at the end of the day too, it's like you see. Now I don't know, but okay, so this gonna get into that subject, because we kind of tapped on it a little bit last time, but we didn't really talk too much about it. But we kind of did when we talked about like the media and everything like that. The fact, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm looking at any and everybody media sideways if they're not reporting all the information. I just feel like there's only, like, honestly, I know there's a pastor I follow. His name is David Lynn. He's a pastor up in Canada, but he just kind of was saying, like, honestly, Christians probably shouldn't even really be watching the news, based on that we know that they lie about a lot of things. But you can just kind of really clearly see the bias in all of our news outlets. And I know people would say like, oh, well, Fox News, but then apparently, people feel this kind of way about Fox News now too, So honestly, for me, I've kind of just been like maybe tuning into either the YouTube people or whatever, or maybe Newsmax, and kind of watching them lately or whatever the case is, maybe in the last week or so. But like, I'm really just, I don't know, like, I'm really looking sideways at the media right now. And honestly, because I feel like one of my issues with it is that you're all the news media is saying that it's going this one way, which we, I guess, know is the Biden way. They're saying that it's going towards Biden, but no, they're doing no reports on his son and the stuff that came out about him. They've done no reports on the fact that, about these different, I guess, all the fraud and all that stuff. Like, are you guys familiar with the fraud cases and stuff that are going on right now, or am I just the only?
Yeah, I think with the media to me is probably overseen by the government, and the government dictates the information that's put out there. So I think what the media is doing, they're as usual, they're pushing the narrative that they feel is best for the country. That's just what I think you should watch the media. I wouldn't say you shouldn't watch the news or nothing like that. I mean, I think you should just at least see like what they're saying, and I don't really believe what the media says, but it's the media. It's like my brother was like, he's like, yo, the media is the real virus. Like, they infected people with lies and poisoning minds and making people afraid and all kind of stuff. But it's to be expected. Like, you can't. Anything like this is America. Like, I think the sooner that people accept, like, yo, this is America. This is how it is. This is what it's built on. I think once you accept that and not think that, hey, they're supposed to tell the truth or they're supposed to do that, I think we'll be able to like move better and move more effectively if we just stop just believing that garbage. Like, it's just what they do. CNN, they're all liars.
I'm sorry.
No, I can't hear what you said.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I was watching what's the name? Joe Rogan. I think that's his name, Joe Rogan. But there's a you guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. there's a guy that I follow on YouTube, and he was playing a clip of Joe Rogan, and he called the media or social media a religion. He like the religion of social media, and that's my first time hearing it. But I mean, the media is a powerful machine. Like through media, like people form their doctrine. Form their theology, and just pick up different doctrines. And the media is one way that people fall away from the faith, right? Because all these different teachings and stuff like that. So it's a very powerful tool that is here until I guess the Lord returns. And I don't indulge in the media. I try not to, because I'm horrible like at balancing my time. And I know like I will go binge on some media or some politics or whatever. So yeah, when it comes to media, I think we definitely should be on guard, and definitely, because it's a powerful tool, and it can shape it can feed your biases, shape your doctrine. Shape your theology and push false doctrine, and just be on guard. I think we definitely should be on guard, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. Look, we all concord on the super nieces.
Yeah, I do want to add this part too. Like social media can be used for the advancing of the kingdom of God. But I was having this conversation with this my coworker, and she was just saying, I asked her, because she believes in like the universe. I know we all have heard this stuff, universe and nature and all that stuff, right? And I asked her, I said, why do you believe that way? What led you? And she said, social media. I'm like, wow, and I'm like, man, it's powerful. Like, it's just so powerful, man. So it's like, man,
that is.
Some people need to take a break from media and really chase the living God, because man, like, people coming up with all type of stuff. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yep. And maybe it didn't help me none, but today I watched Out of Shadows. Have you guys heard of that?
No,
I haven't.
outofshadows.org, y'all. Check it out. It's talking all about like the different tactics that when it comes to the CIA and like mind control and all these different things, and talks about how like basically how all the different media companies are involved and all that stuff. And it's just like, it make you think. And I think that's the thing that kind of I've been talking about it on my podcast. I do the morning daily inspiration or whatever, and I've kind of been talking about here and there different things. I've been talking about like politics and talking about some other different things I've come across. And the interesting thing, I'll be like, yeah, so because here on this, then I was like, well, maybe you don't know. Like, maybe you don't know. Because I just feel like, even though, okay, so technically this was yesterday, right? Did you guys listen to the lawyers that are representing Trump about the voter fraud and all that? Did y'all listen to that?
I think I have an idea.
All right. They did like some type of press conference and kind of presented some of like the things that they found since, trying to figure out what's going on with all the votes and stuff like that. And y'all should probably take a look at it. Watch it on YouTube probably, because who knows, the mainstream media probably ain't reporting it. Which is the thing too. I just feel like if you're going to be the news, and I know what you're saying, Neil, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we shouldn't expect them to say the truth, but I think that's the problem. If you're not going to say the truth, then don't call yourself the news. Like, don't say that you're reporting. You know what I mean? Just don't, like, say you're a social media page or whatever you are. You know what I mean? Just be what you are. Don't, because you're giving people, or you're not telling the whole truth, or whatever the case is. And then there's a lot of people that are, I think the narrative is people are going to feel as if Trump stole this election. If ever or whenever it comes out that either he won or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Without knowing, y'all didn't hear it, so obviously maybe I'm saying news to y'all right now, but when it comes to all the voter fraud information that's coming out and stuff, and they're talking about how like there's the company that the machines are run by, they're getting counted in other countries and all this stuff, and how the owner or part owner of the company came up and said like, okay, well, this program was actually made for voter fraud for other countries and stuff, and so the person recognized it when it was happening here, you know what I mean, and all this stuff. And it's like, for me as an American, no matter what side I'm on, whatever the case is, I should be concerned, or I feel like we should be concerned that our election can be stolen, you know what I mean, or our election can be tampered with in this manner. But majority of people don't seem to care at all about that. As long as it's saying they person, they like.
No, because they just want Trump out.
That's it.
They just want Trump out. They don't care how he gets out. They don't care about fraud. They don't care about any of that. Their only concern is let's get Trump out by any means necessary.
That's it.
They don't care if Big Bird, the next president. They just want Trump out.
Yeah,
that's I literally heard a person say they'd rather have a dog in the White House. Yeah,
I believe him.
I believe that.
Like, Trump makes America. I'm gonna say this, to me, in my opinion, Trump makes white America look bad. It ain't got nothing to do with we care about it. It's like, for me, America is an idea. It's not an identity. So it's like you can come to America and you could go off the Constitution and say like, yo, I could take a piece of this and I can do this here in America. But I think people are concerned about like, he's making us look bad and how they look, to the world. But it's trash. It's like the media is trash. Like, America, like Donald Trump has showed you what America really is. Like, to me, he's a big mirror. He's like, I am the epitome of America. Like, I could lie, I could cheat, I could be racist, I could be about capitalism, I could bully you, I could push you around, I could do whatever I want. But it's like on the other side, they want to act like they're not like Trump. It's like, if you, like, being black, if you tell somebody like, hey, look, I voted for Trump, doesn't necessarily mean you support Trump, but it's just like, hey, look, that's where I cast my vote at. They'll bully you and say like, oh man, you a sellout, you Uncle Tom, you stupid, you this, that, and the third. I'm like, well, y'all claim Trump is a bully. What are you doing? I mean, I'm being on social media and having conversations. It's like the stuff people say like, yo, how could you say that? This, that, and the third. And just being real, like, being black, it's like, you just swapping slave masters. One is a covert racist, one is an overt racist. Like, both of them, I don't think they have the best interests of African American people. You know what I'm saying? So it's, and not to just harp on race, because like God, like I don't really believe in race, so to speak. We're all human. It's just who we are. God created us. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could go on and on, but
Trump isn't making any bills to put black people, signing any bills that put black people. So at least we know that much. But if we're going to go off race.
And also, somebody made a great point. Before Trump got into office, Trump received an award from NAACP. He was cool with Mike. Well, he's probably still cool with Mike Tyson and different rappers, and a lot of rappers will put his name in their bars. And the moment I think so. One reason why I rock with Trump is because like he's it's a good and a bad thing, right? He'll tell you what's up, like he'll go ahead and speak it.
Yeah.
He's very unwise with his words, but he's telling you the truth, right? Like he just speaks what's on his mind. So I would rather deal with a real person, knowing what I'm gonna get, even if he's racist. I don't know, but I'd rather deal with somebody I know for sure. Okay, this who he is. then to deal with somebody I don't know if he putting on. I don't know. I don't know this guy, right? And of course, you know, look at the law, look at the past, and you know, and so that's why. And we in the black community, especially like in more urban, more street, they always talking about real, I'm real. You know, well, you know, Trump probably the realest candidate, you know, or the realest guy in this situation, you know.
Straight up.
You know, so
like,
it's like
blow y'all up.
Exactly. It's like we want to be lied to. We want to tell me what tickles my ear. Tell me that you're gonna. I rather you tell me, I ain't gonna really do nothing for y'all. You know, I'm gonna try to next year. Like, tell me that. So I'm like, okay, I you know what I'm saying? So.
But even when we had somebody that went into there to try to do something for us, let's just give an example, Ice Cube, what did they do? They canceled him. Not only did he go see and talk to Trump, he also went to go talk to Joe Biden as well. And he pushed that aside and was like, you know, basically we can't get to that at the moment. So why would you cancel someone that is trying to come and talk to both parties to get us a plan, get something intact for us? So, you know, spiritually, I just wanted what God, you know, whomever God can use, you know, who's going to, you know, align with his will. And like y'all said, I'm not a fan of either candidate, but, you know, if that's what God wants, you know.
Because your love has set me free. I'm alive. You believe in me.
Thank you so much for watching God, Sex, and Love. I hope you all enjoyed the conversation tonight. Friends, as we say, Jesus 2020. Okay, let's just keep that on our mind no matter what happens, no matter what the results be. You know, Jesus 2020, Jesus every day, Jesus infinity and beyond. Friends, we got to do what we can. Just, you know, look, laugh instead of cry, man. There's a lot of things going on right now, but you know, hey, let's stay prayed up and let's stay focused. And you know, no matter what, God is in control. Have a good night.